Hello, this is Fraser Hines, and you're listening to Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds, and it's nothing to do with the Big Bang Theory.
The title for tonight's podcast is Kerouac.
Just another Tuesday.
We are taking over.
Happy Tuesday, podcast. Let's fucking do this thing.
This place about to blow.
Come on, Slavinsky!
Panels on Pages.com Podcast Network is here to cover all of your pop culture needs.
2 words, nerd boner.
From comics to television to movies to wrestling,
Fuck wrestling.
your favorite PCN hosts will keep you entertained all week long.
Boobs, boobs, boobs. Peen, peen, peen.
Put me in charge! He's canceled!
Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, look for the Pop Stars on Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to join the forums and become a member of the population.
Brock, why do you want to go there for, Connery?
Oh, well,
Because they're building a submarine.
Well, I'm Juan Sanchez Villa Labosh Ramirez Highlander, Connery.
Well, I guess I'll
What's
have to
your
be
name?
James Bond Connery as well then, Moneypenny. When I was younger and I had a deeper voice, and now I'm just grumpy and old. Connery.
Well, in that case, I'll also be the Connery from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, shit,
Because it
Connery.
also has submarines.
He never misses. Well, in that case, Paul, you can also be Entrapment Connery.
I'm also the Connery that beats his wife.
Open-handed slap.
Hadouken. What?
What?
Some call me Ryu.
What?
Some call me Ted.
Together we are Wild Stallions. I don't know why Bill's not in the band. Rufus!
That's right, I'm also Rufus.
What? The roof is on fire.
The roof is on fire.
Ah, Rufus, you're on fire.
We don't need no water. Fuck it. Yes. Speaking of Connerys, did you see me tweet? Did you see me tweet the other day saying I need to go buy a grey wig and a flat cap?
I think
What?
so.
So there's that. Yeah. All right then. So are we ready to rock and roll and amble and preamble and
Post.
gamble and stutter and jive?
Do the hand jive, baby.
I did that earlier.
I've got...
I'm the Connery from Tarzan's Greatest Adventure.
You IMDbing, weren't you?
Yes.
Well, I'm King Connery from First Night.
I am Sean Connery as Sean Connery in Un Monde Nouveau.
I'm Sean Connery when he wore those skimpy undies in that movie that name escapes me.
I'm Sean
I'm
Connery,
Sean Connery from Zardoz.
That's the one.
Oh, Nappy Connery.
That's him, yes. Look at my ponytail.
The penis is evil.
The cake is a lie.
That's why the cake is a penis.
Penis cake for everyone. What was I doing?
Kick or death.
Choose the form of your destructor. And a giant penis cake comes walking down. What did you think of, Ray?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking of, Ray?
I'm sorry. The only thing I could think of was my wife's
My
wife's
birthday.
hen do. Why were you there if it was a hen do? I was disguised as one of her friends.
Uncle Bill, get out of my head. And relax.
I could just
the three.
No, dude. We should totally make a parody of that, the three of us, and it's like choose the that scene. It'd be like choose the form of your thing, and then like
Choose the form of your thing.
Form of corn. What?
form of a cracker.
Size of a giant mole.
Lemons. Llamas!
No, llamas. No, it'd be like choose the form of your destruction or whatever. And then all of a sudden it'll be me dressed as a chav going, I want to play on the swings, and then you'll both look at me. I'll be like, what?
My name is... You know what my name is...
Oh yeah, I told you when I went to Manchester I cosplayed as the Chester A. Bum again.
Jimmy Gimbals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I made £3.86 this
Oh,
time.
for God's sakes.
Did you run into Chester John at all?
I think I did, actually. He didn't recognise me.
Yeah, John has trouble recognising people out of context.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He was dressed as the Fifth
basically,
Doctor again.
if you, sorry?
I think he was dressed as the Fifth Doctor.
Yes, he was in his Fifth Doctor outfit again. Yes, suffice to say,
Just as
Chester
I was
John
leaving, I saw him, I went, it's the Fifth Doctor, and I was thinking, I recognise you, and I almost yelled, Oi, were you Who at Hoylake? But he disappeared at that point.
He'd have looked at you rather confused, because, but he does have a history of, for example, him running into people from the MLG, but not in Liverpool on a particular day. He just doesn't connect the person with the MLG. If he encounters you out of context, you're basically screwed. Or lucky, depending on your point of view.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there we are. I was going to say something there. What was I going to say?
All right, John, calm down.
Speaking of memory seizures, I told Andy this. I watched the new DC animated movie, Flashpoint. The Flashpoint movie. And there's a great bit where Flash's his mind is trying to reconcile the two timelines, and he starts having a bit of a seizure. And because his memories are melding into one, and he's having a seizure, he literally has a memory seizure. Because I think it's Batman or Cyborg says, "Stand back, he's having a seizure." And all his memories are flashing. And whilst I'm watching that movie, I text Andy and went, "Oh my God, Flash just had a memory seizure." Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's do this then.
Let's do this shit.
Oh,
yeah. For God's sake. That's Andy's catchphrase. That'll be on the back of your next t-shirt.
Probably.
Let's do this. Hang on
a minute. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm still in Manchester. I'll be there in a minute.
No, with that day, I was like,
hang on, save it for the show.
Sorry.
He's just eating his dinner, apparently.
Oh,
yes.
Right.
For God's sake.
Don't worry, there's one mouthful left.
Goosh.
Indeed.
And
there was the dog's name.
And the less said about that, the better.
Are you done?
I think I've got gravy on my face.
Doesn't change. You've had worse. As I told Paul.
Yeah.
I told him the story.
I didn't tell you the other story.
And I
Oh, God, what now?
No, it doesn't matter, I was joking.
Yes, it does, come on. You wouldn't have said it if there wasn't another story.
It happened again.
It happened again. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. When are you going to learn? I mean, it's good. It's all well and good that, I've taught you, you've learned from the best. But come on, be serious.
But,
I've never done that.
well, no. But I got confused today as well. Right.
Where are my pants?
No.
My bum.
I was at work, and have I ever told you about one of the new starters the other week? I was working with Jade, Jane, and Joanne, and yeah, I started calling them the JT Mast, and which one of them wanted to be Captain Jerusalem.
Have you invented Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm like, which one of you invented Wi-Fi? But no, Joanne and Jane were busy making sexual innuendo jokes at each other all day. But Jade, for some reason, Jade just while I'm doing stuff, she goes, today I feel like a giraffe. I'm like, what? She goes, I don't know, I just feel tall and have a really long neck, and I just turn around and go, what?
We've all had those days.
Yeah, today she said she felt like a panda. I'm like, do you feel like a different...
panda?
I said, do you feel like a different... do you feel like a different animal every day or something? And she's like, yeah, I'm a different animal every day, I just don't know which one I am. I'm like, okay.
Well, I just watched Scientifically Accurate DuckTales a few minutes ago, so...
What?
They do those animated things, Scientifically Accurate, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They just did Scientifically Accurate DuckTales, which is all about your favourite, topic.
Necrophiliac cannibal rapist ducks.
That's the one.
Hooray!
Yeah, it's literally all about that. And, of course, my favourite part of DuckTales, wherein if you were actually to dive headfirst into a gigantic pit of money, you would break your neck. That's in there,
woo, crack.
Scientifically accurate DuckTales, woo.
Crack. Oh my god, he broke his spine, DuckTales.
Yeah. Dirty, shitting, evil rapist DuckTales, woo. Anyway, let's do this. Because the podcast will be on in a minute.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you sent any emails this week?
No, I was about to send them a voicemail accusing them of hypocrisy.
Okay.
Because all the Americans are like, I wonder what the royal baby's going to be. I'll be like, hey, you kicked out Britain when you threw our tea in a lake. You should
stealing my jokes.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that specifically. I was gonna say you got rid of the Brits back with the war against the Redcoats. You should not be allowed to know what the new monarchs
What have you got
are doing.
against Butlands?
Eh?
What have they got against Butlands?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Not only should they not be allowed to have anything to do with the monarchy, but they shouldn't be allowed to watch Doctor Who trailers before everybody else either.
I know, we'll get to that when we do the Comic-Con special.
Not
happy about that. Not happy at all. No, funny enough, I saw on Charlie Ross's status when we were all talking about that and having a bit of a discussion there was that one guy, I think his name like Robert Dick or something like that, who was going, don't know what you're all fucking moaning about, blah, 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 blah. And then Nev Fountain retweeted him, Robert Dick had gone onto Twitter then going, bloody idiots moaning about this, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh my god, he couldn't win on Facebook, so he decided to try and win on Twitter.
Yeah.
Shut up, you knobhead. You know what I mean?
Why? Because he was like, you shouldn't complain that us Americans got it first.
Yeah, and everyone was like, yeah, but it's all well and good you having affairs, but can we either release it on the internet at the same time, or at least wait until midnight that night? That's a fair compromise. Let it be exclusive for a little bit, not freaking weeks, if at all. So remember the End of Time trailer that premiered at Comic-Con? We still never ever got that.
Did we not?
Nope, not the Comic-Con trailer. Because I saw that, and that's the only time I ever saw it. So my phone seems to be farting at me.
Siri, do you have gas?
Let's ask him. Siri, do you have gas?
I don't know where you are, but you can help me find out.
What?
In location services settings, turn on both location services and Siri.
What?
Do you fart?
I can't answer that.
No, I can't. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Oh, whatever. Anyway. They came like a bolt out of the blue to discuss everything in geekdom. The Popcast Network proudly presents the attack of the 50-foot nerds. Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast. My name is Mike Bell, and with me, as always, are my two fabulous, glamorous assistant co-hosts. The first one being the late one,
Spleen,
and the talky one. So there we go. We're all here. Yes, me, Andy, and Paul, we're all here. Once again, reunited as 350-foot nerds. That's 150 feet of nerd if you're paying attention. Yes, we are here once again on the Panels on Pages podcast.
We're about that tall if we Voltron together.
We are, and we do actually take the form of a gigantic robotic lion. Bit strange, but, you know, it's coincidence.
Apart from that one time we turned into a cracker.
Well, you know, we have to become racist white guys sometimes. It's just the law. Anyway, so, yes,
Panels on Jesus.
Panels on Pages Podcast Network presents us, the 50-Foot Nerds. And guess what, everybody? We teased it a while back, we mentioned it a while back, and damn right we went and bloody well did it. We did our live show.
Yes, we did.
We did, on the 13th of July, 2013. Keep that in your diaries, because in case you ever get a time machine.
It's a day that shall forever live in infamy.
It was the day I got food poisoning.
You see, all these people have these time ambulances to go back in time to help Paul with the stairs, but none of them could be bothered to go and fix Mike's food poisoning.
No. Well,
what a dick.
Yes.
You and the time ambulance.
Well, on the 13th of July, we had our very first live show, which took place at the Who At Hoylake convention that me and Paul worked at, and Andy just about made it to.
Mm-hmm. Which was actually in West Kirby.
Yes, which will be renamed next year, by the way. There's a exclusive for you right there. Yes,
I thought it was this year.
No, it wasn't.
But then I turned up and it said Who At Hoylake, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I actually asked Erica like a week before the convention, said, what is the actual bloody name for this? And she said, no, we're keeping it as Who At Hoylake just for convenience sake. I'm like, okay, so it's changing next year. Anyway, yes, going on to the food poisoning, on the Friday night, as a bunch of us went out for something to eat, it was me and another guy ordered fish, and me and the other guy were both violently ill the next day. He, however, had the luxury of being able to stay in bed and try and get better. I had no such luck. I had to go to the convention, set up all the sound and lighting equipment, well, not lighting, all the sound and video equipment, and sit in the corner and sweat to death and throw up every 5 minutes. So that was fun.
Do a podcast.
And then do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the moral of this story is
never order fish.
Don't take the brown acid.
Yeah. Or the fish.
Yeah, that either.
Yeah. All in all, we had a good day, didn't we, chaps?
Yeah, fantastic.
Paul got to show Sophie Aldred her 5.5 inch
It's 12
doppelganger.
inches.
Yeah, no, because I was interviewing Sophie, so got to spend.
So you're like, first things first, zip.
It's a pity it was the new figures and not her doppelganger.
You know, I did actually think about bringing that on because Joshua has
you see what
sort of.
I said a doppelganger. Hey. Some people say I don't do jokes, and they're right.
Yeah, there's only 2/3 of the nerds in this conversation that actually get that gag.
I'm presuming the company Dapol did a kit of her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well worked out. Joshua's basically.
It's just I know Dapol for railways.
Ah, well, there you go. They're not far from us.
They did figures for other things too.
Yeah, they did Doctor Who figures back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. And they did an Ace figure, and as I was saying, Joshua has inherited my Dapol figures, and so I did think about bringing the Ace one.
It's also inherited his dad's 12-inch.
Well,
darling.
Quite.
Yeah.
Oh God, that just reminds me of something that he yelled after Mike made a joke to me.
Why? What? What did he go?
Remember, you were like, "Oh, I feel warm," and then you turned to me and goes, "Andy, blow me." And I just went, "No," and then he just yelled, "Someone blow me!" And we just went, "Oh God."
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Paul just backs out laughing, and Kath's like, Did he just say what I think he did?
Yes, so...
No, I'm pretty sure Paul went, no.
Yes, you have to be careful about what you say in front of my son.
He did shout goosh.
Because he does shout goosh out of context.
Yes, but no one apart from people who listen to this podcast know what goosh is.
No,
if he yells blow me, people are going to understand what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
There is that. No, that was great.
At least he didn't hear one of us doing an impression of Mad Eye Moody.
Say about 10% of our audience know what goosh was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're friends of mine.
Precisely.
So, yeah. Yes.
Just straight to my point.
Yes. But yeah, that was a strange moment. I'd completely forgotten about that. I'm going to have to remind Kath about that on Friday.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes, so we did the show, which you're going to hear shortly, because we're going to put that in the bit in a minute.
Yeah.
Now, when we recorded this, it was basically the, if you like, the lunch break of the convention. It was a lot of people were going up to get autographs, go to the bar, go and get some barbecue.
Let's just clarify this further. Everybody was going to the bar. Everybody was getting autographs. Pretty much 3 people sat down to actually watch us.
And those 3 people, we love you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. Indeed was the dog's name. And the dog was watching as well.
In fact, the one person we were counting on to sit down and watch us and video us didn't.
I know.
Bloody John.
Bloody John. Well,
Yes.
you'll hear from Chester John in the audio. Anyway, as I was saying, because all this background noise was happening whilst we were recording the show, which was basically just done by me setting my iPad down on a table next to us, the background noise was horrifically high. So, what I did is I got in touch with our friend Declan Quinn over at Creaky Studios.
Oh, my knees!
Oh, me creaky knees! Oh,
Are we allowed to make that joke? I'm sure
we...
Well, it's a studio. He's called Creaky Studios, so I think we're allowed to make that. Yeah, so we're allowed to make that joke. It's just
I have creaky knees as well, because I don't know if you just heard that one. That was me cracking my knee right there. So, yeah. Yeah, let's not just crack our way through the podcast, so let's just crack on with it.
Crack on with it.
Well, let's just, But anyway, Declan, I sent the
Declan's on the ceiling again!
There's a moth there, though. No, it's not a moth, that's a daddy longlegs. Jeez, what has he got in there? Anyway, I'm gonna have to back
Alright, calm down, Eddie Izzard.
I don't like daddy longlegs or moths.
Oh, fucking hell, not you as well.
I can't sleep if it's not in here. Anyway, no, I tell you what my irrational fear of moths comes from, as I was watching an episode of Casualty, like, 20
The live
years
show,
ago.
everyone.
Did I miss this on the live show?
No, you didn't. I'm just saying, we're like...
No, but this, the rational fear of moths comes from, it's 20 years ago I was watching an episode of The Casualty or something, all the way through, there's this little moaning old woman in the background, all the main storylines going on, someone gets hit by a car, a bomb explodes in someone's glass or something, I don't know. Anyway, but, there's this little old woman the entire time moaning about her ear hurting. She's saying, I keep getting this horrible noise in my ear, and everyone's just like, yeah, whatever. And then by the end of the episode, what they do is they actually look inside her ear, and they put in some tweezers and they pull out a moth from her ear, which then promptly flies away. And they say it must have come in through a window at night, landed and crawled into her ear, and was still alive inside her ear. And that's why I can't sleep with a moth in the room now, just for the fear that that'll happen.
Yeah, that's the same reason why my mother doesn't like moths, actually.
So let's just put this straight. Evil Dead. Scary things in Doctor Who, stuff like that, no problem. An episode of Casualty puts the willies up,
To be fair, I've pretty much only just got over my fear of getting in lifts that was generated by an episode of Beakman's World, where they demonstrated how a lift works and how it could get stuck. And then I had a nightmare about it where I was stuck in a lift for 50 years.
50 years?
Yeah, for some reason it was that precise.
What were you eating and drinking?
I've no
That's
idea.
why
That was
he's future. That's why he's future Connery. By the time he gets out of the lift, he's future Connery.
Yeah. Welcome to the shower lift.
No, it's the microwave. Remember?
Oh yeah, the microwave elevator thing. Yeah. Yeah. God. Anyway, the live show. So I sent the file over to Creaky, and he said to me, he says, "Oh, I don't think I'll be able to do much good in this. There's a lot of noise. It's going to be quite difficult to separate human voices from human voices." And so I gave him a pot of gold and a potato, and he came back to me less than 24 hours later, and I seem to have worked some leprechaun magic on this one.
Hello, my name's Warwick Davis, but I'm not in this episode.
Is he not?
No.
I think he might be mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Oh, I saw him the other day.
Yes, I know you did.
I didn't get to meet him, though. And it turns out his wife isn't Daniel Craig dressed as George Lucas, dressed as Warwick Davis, dressed as his own wife.
She's Howard the Duck. Howard. Anyways, so Declan basically cleaned it up as best he could. I mean, what you're going to hear, I say, is the fully cleaned up version. It's never going to be amazing, but Declan, we thank you for all the hard work that you did on this. You really, really actually made it so that people can actually hear what we're saying. So if you need any podcasting or audio engineering, then go and visit Declan at creakystudios.com. Tell them we sent you, because he's Irish.
Indeed.
Anyway, so let's crack on with the show. As I say, when we start this, Andy actually hadn't turned up at the convention yet.
No.
So we had me, who was dying, Paul, who was on a big high because he just showed Sophie Aldred his plastic pal, and then
me,
Andy,
who was stuck in traffic.
Yes.
And no audience.
No audience. Well, we did have a bit of an audience. We had a captive audience. They just weren't listening to us.
Yes.
So
we held them captive.
Yes. So without further ado,
that's why I didn't turn up, because I was busy locking the doors at the beginning of the podcast.
Right. Without further
Are they still in the shower fridge?
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds live.
The Podcast Network proudly presents the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds.
Live. Indeed. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Who At Hoylake. We are the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast.
Well, we're 2/3 of it anyway.
We're 2/3 of it. The other guy's on his way, supposedly, but that's what you get.
Andy Weird, what will we do with you?
Indeed. We better introduce ourselves then. First of all, my name is Mike Bell.
And my name, as you might have gathered earlier, is Paul Gris.
Yes, indeed. And just going to start off, give you a little bit of information about who we are. First and foremost, a little bit that people probably won't know about me. Tie-dye once. So there's that.
Okay.
A little piece of pop people probably do know about Paul is, as well known for him.
Best I can manage is one of those ones that's about 5 inches tall. No, tell right, I've got a 12-inch one.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, come on,
Is the 12-inch one.
Thank you, let me put it into some kind of context. I knew I wasn't going to get away with it.
You have to put it into context there, then clearly you're doing something wrong.
There I was on the BBC News channel, they're talking about the Daleks that they've got in the studio, and I have to point out that I haven't got room in my house for a full-size Dalek, so all I have room for is a 12-inch one.
And then you started talking about something else.
Yeah, okay.
It is, as I say, it's Who At Hoylake. It's the world's premier Doctor Who convention.
World's only Doctor Who convention.
Well, that's why. No, but it's just it's been a nice day. It's been
yeah, absolutely. It certainly is one of the most. It is the weekend of one of the most important Doctor Who events of the year. Unfortunately, this look couldn't get any tickets to the prom.
Well, I thought you were talking about Eric's birthday, to be honest with you.
Oh, no, that goes without saying.
Yeah, of course. No, it's nice to be able to join you all here and to talk about Doctor Who, and well, we'll talk about it. You can queue up and pretty much ignore us. So that's everything that's going on.
That's pretty much how it works when we're recording as normal.
Sorry, did you say something then?
No.
What? Are you having a memory seizure?
Are you having a memory seizure?
I might be having a memory seizure. No, it's nice. Oh, here he is!
Hey!
Alright,
it's our third nerd.
It's the third nerd, Mr. Andrew Weir's the 14th himself. I don't know if he is the 14th, I'm just kind of giving him that time.
Did you not have a bit of information about him?
No, yes, we do have a little bit of information about him. Okay, Andy can just...
Well, he's going to go and have a comfort.
Well, once Andy returns, we're going to give you a little bit of
information about him.
It's not even a fun fact about Andy, it's just Andy, to be honest.
That's all you can really say about Andy. He's Andy.
Yeah, well, of the 50 Foot Nerds ourselves, what we do is we do have a podcast that comes out at least once a week, covering all the latest news in films, TV, comics, and of course Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And it's if you want to check it out, we are on iTunes, or you can go to panelsonpages.com. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, you just interviewed Sophie Aldred.
I have just interviewed Sophie Aldred. Isn't she great?
She is.
And I'm not just saying that because she can hear me.
Yes, she's over there doing a signing.
I love Sophie. You know what? The one thing my overriding memory of Sophie is the first time I met her at a convention. I would have been 16. And she wasn't doing an actual signing that day. So what I had to do to get, because I'm a big fan of Ace at that age, and what I had to do was approach her that evening during the evening's entertainment.
Sophie, how are you?
But you can imagine, it's somewhat sweaty palms moment. You're about to meet your idol, your favourite Doctor Who companion, and it's like, can I have your autograph, please? Okay, yeah. She's always been lovely, bless her heart, and she's great with the audience, great with the kids especially.
Yes. She's just been a great guest today. And Chris Geordie, we've just had Christian. Well, we'll talk about him in just 1 second. I just need to...
Mr. Andrew Weir, the late Mr. Andrew Weir.
I'm pretty sure I'm not dead yet.
Have you heard of the works of Isabel Kingdom Brunel?
There we go.
There's not much you can say to that, is there?
It's of course familiar with the works of Isabel Kingdom Brunel and the Lamas. Because why not? Yes. Now, Andy, you just arrived from quite a long journey. How was that for you?
Annoying. Why? Because, well, firstly, I had
the microphone off. You don't just make me stand in the city like that.
No, you're my microphone stand now.
I'm mic stand.
Exactly.
Is that my name now, is it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Well, firstly, I've had to go and get this camera from Curry's and somehow managed to get in the traffic jam in a car park. However that works. And, I rang you at 12:30 going, yeah, my sat-nav says I won't be here till 3 o'clock because I can't leave Curry's. What? And then, after that, it's going, oh, you're trying to get through here. I know a quicker way. Why not go back into Huddersfield and go round some other way? I'm like, no. And then so I ignore the sat-nav, come, over here, and it's like, go to Chester rather than Liverpool. I'm like, I have no idea if that's a good idea or not, so screw it. And then, yeah.
I was trying to think of the M56.
Eh?
I was trying to think of the M56.
It might have been.
Right, that would have been a better way to go, I'll be honest with you. But no matter what. Anyway, you've missed out on a good morning to entertainment. Well, say morning, afternoon, really.
Yeah.
Half the
a good lunch. Lunches worth of entertainment.
A good luncheon of entertainment.
A veritable smorgasbord.
Yeah, that'll be on the poster for next year's Who At Hoylake, if we are doing one, which...
Well, whatever the hell we're going to call again.
Yeah,
seeing as we're in West Kirby.
Who At Hoylake, officially number 2, because this is 1.5. Who At Hoylake 2, a good luncheon's worth of entertainment.
Who At Hoylake 2, the hill breeding.
Electric Bunchen.
Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, that's the one. Electrical Bunchen. So we've just had Chris Jury on.
Yeah.
Lovely chap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somewhat outspoken in his views of
very
many things.
Just wouldn't have him any other way.
Deeply entertaining.
We were having a nice chat with him last night.
We were.
At the pre-show meet and greet, which was basically just an excuse to have a few beers.
Yeah.
And have a chat. But yeah, we were talking to him for quite some time.
Well, we're talking to all of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. Is it as much as people say, oh, it's dead hard to speak to people from Doctor Who, then, exactly. It's not. It's like we've got Toby Haydock here today, and Toby's doing his Who's Round podcast at the moment, where he's trying to speak to someone involved with every story from Doctor Who in the last 50 years. And he's always putting on Twitter, oh, I'm having a bit of a difficulty, can someone put me in the direct? I think it's dead easy. Literally, how long is it to get me on? We've got Colin Paul over there, he's doing some signing at the moment. Colin! No, he's...
No.
Hello. Did you like being in Doctor Who, Colin? There you go, dead easy. See, I've done it. Dead easy. Don't know why Toby's moaning. And he's always like, hello, welcome to Who's Round. I'm Toby Haydock. And today, I've had trouble trying to find someone to talk to. I haven't listened to the episode with him on. Is that actually what he sounds like? It's over there, go and speak to him. Well, no, it's just... He's a man with the hat. It's always confused with Rory Kinnear. But he isn't.
No, the voice you're doing makes him sound like the perfect person to present one of those, those TV shows you see where it's like that dude that had the leather jacket on all the time going, the leather jacket, he's like, this person thought they could get away from the police, but they're wrong, not Crime Stoppers.
999 and things like that.
No, not Crime Watch, the speeding program.
Oh, like, you see, you're likening Toby Haydock to Michael Burke. And that was the news on the day that 7 million people were known to have died. He always does a wink at the end.
This man fell down a cliff, broke his leg, and jammed his head open in several places. Have a nice sleep.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, he's not Scottish.
Well, he's not Mark Millar.
Mark Millar.
Oh, God, Chinese.
Yes, Mark Millar. No, it's same. We speaking of Toby, Toby's going to be on later. He's interviewing. We just had John Cooper.
Yes.
Who's just interviewed Chris Jury.
Yes, we're the warm-up act for John Cooper.
There we are. John's got his stuff there. Oh, he's doing a happy dance. Check out the John Cooper. See, this is what we should have filmed.
We're not going to scare them off for you, John. Honestly,
don't worry about that. No, it's So we've just had John there. Toby's going to be interviewing shortly. Toby is interviewing Mr. Terence Dix, who was, obviously, as many of you know, is the god of the target range, and also obviously script editor and writer on many a story of the Doctor Who. And then after that, Toby's pulling double duty because he's going to have a showdown with Fraser Hines.
Fraser?
What?
Fraser. No, Fraser.
Oh, for God's sake, no, not that Fraser.
You guys remember him from an everyday story of farming folk called Emmerdale Farm.
Niles, what are you doing in the TARDIS?
Oh, the good thing about this place, though, is that everyone knows the name. It's all good.
Oh, God. So, Doctor Who-wise,
yes,
we've got something to talk about that we did in the last week.
Did we?
Yes. Well,
of course we did.
Yeah, last weekend.
Last week, yes.
We went to Spaceport.
We did.
Oh, you took right.
Yes, we went to Spaceport. Yes.
I don't know how many in the live audience are local. If you are, then if you've not been to Spaceport, why not? If you're staying tonight and going home tomorrow, absolutely recommend you have a look at Spaceport because they're having a Time Travellers exhibition at the moment.
The Time Travellers exhibition. Not a Doctor Who exhibition because of licensing. No.
Yes, and the fact that they're not real props. They're very, very good replica props.
Yes, oh yeah, in this thing, it's not the real thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know, the Sontaran looked a bit wrong.
Do they only have the Doctor Who stuff on? With it being called Time Travellers, I expect it to have, like, a DeLorean and, like, the machine from Jules Verne.
He's just Doctor Who.
You would think...
Well, that's a rip-off!
Will you stop talking when you haven't got the microphone?
Well, Give us an extra microphone then.
We don't have an extra microphone, we've only got 2 amps.
Oh, fine, I'll just stand like this.
I need an adult.
Below.
I haven't started rubbing your chest yet.
I'm glad that microphone didn't bring that. Yeah, no, Spaceport, if you do go, it is a lot of fun. And we were there last weekend. They had the hard fundraisers, which was all one. Hard fundraiser.
As a scarecrow.
Yes. And
got some photos with the kids.
Yes, got a lot of photos that we go on the Facebook today.
And we met Mr. Lee Sullivan.
Indeed.
Comic strip artist extraordinary.
Yes, it was kindly donated a drawing, a sketch for the event today.
We just sold for 40 quid. So that's 40 quid going to Cancer Research UK or Crook.
Yeah, Crook. Yeah, he was always on Crook.
Bernie Summerfield's favourite swear word.
Indeed. So Crook this.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he did a sketch of you.
He did indeed. Yes, he said to me, as
the Fifth Doctor.
Yeah, he said, do you want a full body or a head sketch? I said, oh, a head sketch. Because head sketches have more detail on them anyway, so more money for it. And he said to me, what do you want to be wearing? So I said, I've always been partial to the Fifth Doctor's costume. So there's a lovely photo, you'll be able to see it on the Twitter and the Facebook. And it's a picture of me drawn as the Fifth Doctor. Oh yes.
I kind of wish I was there just because A, he's drawn Transformers as well.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
And B, I need more people to draw. I should have brought that today actually. More people to draw in my sketchbook, because when I was at C2E2 I started Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo, for anyone who doesn't know what C2E2 is.
Yeah.
I started a sketchbook where I was basically just giving it to people going, can you hold a pen? Yes, draw on it. What do you want me to draw? Anything! So, I've basically just been there, so I would have liked to take it to them and just go, there you go, draw whatever you like. Just to see what happens. Because so far, I've got, all sorts of randomness. So
that's you all over, basically.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, Andy's well known for his flights of fancy on our podcast, so we say. But, he's a nice... He might look like a sex offender, but he's harmless.
To be fair, I'd say I look more like one of the extras from Searching for Bigfoot.
No, you look like Bigfoot.
Well, that was my point.
Yeah.
It's
not
one
just
Bigfoot. No, it's one of the extras because he hardly ever appears in it.
Well, given that this is a Doctor Who convention, Betty.
Yes. Well, Andy certainly can't be the great intelligence.
Yes, you've driven several hours here just to be insulted.
Yeah.
With Doctor Who characters I cannot remember. Well, I know the great intelligence, but the Yeti guy. Well,
the Yeti guy.
The Yeti guy.
Yeah, he's that one who fought the $6 million man and turned out to be a robot.
Well, you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Crossover. $6 million man. Who's to say that the Yeti that he fought in that wasn't controlled by the great intelligence? Lee Majors is the 12th Doctor.
Well, oh no, let's not go there. Don't go there with it. Let's stay away from it.
The Doctor's lost an arm, give him a robot one.
No, he can just grow another one back as long as it's chopped off within 72 hours of his regeneration cycle.
We can rebuild him. We can make him better, stronger, faster, and a different actor.
No, it'd be like the end of Jason X. It's like what a comparison! No, it's like the Doctor would need to regenerate, but he falls into the machinery of the TARDIS and he regenerates into the machinery, and he becomes some sort of weird cyborg dude.
That sounds like the end of Superman 3.
Yes. That's who John Hurt's playing in the 50th anniversary. Cyborg Doctor.
Hello, my name is John Hurt, and I'm a cyborg doctor.
My name is John Hurt. Hail me.
They call me Hurt, because that is what I will make you do. Hurt. Because... Don't look at me.
Because electricity, that's why.
That's what
see what they're going to put up with.
Yeah, well, if Superman can come back from the dead as a cyborg, then John Hare can certainly play
if Superman didn't come back from the dead, it was Hank Henshaw pretending to be a cyborg Superman.
Whatever, doesn't matter. He was still known as Cyborg Superman. What's better? We had Cyborg Superman, we had Superboy,
Yeah.
We had Steel. Shaq.
And we had the Eradicator. Picking up on something from a couple of episodes back where you couldn't remember the Eradicator's name.
Alright, sure. And yet none of them ate soup. No, you'll get confused with Superman.
There is actually like
no soup for you.
Fine.
Superman.
You SSK.
No.
We're not going there.
No, we're not going there today. No.
Stay away from there.
Don't go into the line. That's all of my jokes, though.
Yeah, family audience.
This is why I'm not allowed a microphone.
Yes. No, well, today we are flanked by a couple of Daleks.
Look, it's Dr. Costume.
Yes.
Mug him. John,
come here. Tell us who you're wearing today.
Pete Davidson.
He's wearing Peter Davidson. Has anybody reported Peter Davidson missing? Because apparently he's been skinned and is currently being worn by a serial killer called John Wilson.
He would be skinned if he came here though, because Erica had one thing for herself. And Erica is a living embodiment of that sketch.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the kidnapping.
Yeah. There is footage on the internet of Erica interviewing Peter Davidson on stage.
Yeah.
Peter Davidson is singing the theme to Button Moon, and Erica is just...
The
theme to Button Moon. Button Moon. You're off to Button Moon. They followed Mr. Spoon's Button Moon, that one. And Erica's in the background just going...
Why was she doing that? Is she hitting it on the head or something?
Potentially.
Because if you listen to the intro to Button Moon too many times, it affects your brain.
If you listen to the theme to Button Moon backwards, it says, "Get ready, the devil."
I was the one who made it. I met Peter Davidson once.
Yes, at C2E2.
Yes, exactly.
And he did a sound for us.
He did.
You were there, you should know.
No, that's a fair point. I probably should. I also got weird looks from the 2000 AD booth because I was like, I'm buying my 2000 AD and you're here, and they're like, but you sound like you're British, why aren't you getting it at home? I'm like,
I'm amazed that we didn't talk about on the main show, about the 2000 AD guys more, because obviously they have the Zenith t-shirts on. And they've had the announcement and indeed the selling of now the complete Zenith hardback. Has that piece of comics news, given that comics news is your section of the show,
it's
completely passed you by?
Apparently so, yes. Typical.
So you at least...
But at least I'm going to get the My Little Pony comics by IDW, yeah? I'm Andy Witness, all about the swings. Yeah. And the power.
I still maintain that because that's done by IDW, they could do a My Little Pony Judge Dredd crossover.
No.
My Little Pony Judge Dredd crossover.
My Little Pony Mars Attacks crossover.
Oh yeah, and Doctor Who would turn up as well. They should just do a mashup of all their... Well, that would... I don't know how that would work.
The
ponies walking around. The IDW do... Star Trek. Transformers, G.I. Joe, they do Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a license to give out? Then go to IDW. They'll make comics about anything.
I'm pretty sure at one point they did a one-shot about Honey Boo Boo. Yeah, seriously.
Honey Boo Boo the comic?
Yeah, it was Honey Boo Boo versus Mars Attacks.
I feel sorry for the Martians.
I think if we got in touch with them, we could probably get another 54 minutes comic content.
We probably could. The only problem is that none of the pages would relate to anything else in the comic.
Llamas!
Yeah, precisely.
You know what my name is?
Well, we tried to do that when we went to Facebook the other week, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, the pre-recording with Nicholas Briggs doing the Dalek voice and he's going, all that. Well, he was actually saying words, to be honest with you. But even at one point he said, what did he say? Identify yourself.
You know what that is?
I was trying to record it, but no, my name is. Identify yourself. Yeah. Nice. For those who don't know, we had to tell who was going to be Stephen Amell once.
Yep. Funnily enough, coming back from the local group meeting as well.
Yeah.
So
Funny enough, and of course, since this is the second time we've been all three of us in the same room at the same time.
Indeed. Well, speaking of mates, we may as well give it a bit of a plug now. Yes. Anyone who doesn't already go, clearly lives in the northwest area. When you head over to the Caledonian Pub on the first Saturday of every month for the Merseyside local group Doctor Who meeting.
There's a number of members here in the audience today, but any of you who are local and haven't already come, you can find us on the internet, mlgonline.co.uk. We're on Facebook, we're on the Twitter, got a YouTube channel. It's not exactly hard to find us.
Wow.
Now featuring a new venue with a lack of Nancy regalia all over the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last place had the secret swastikas thrown into the ceiling, yeah. That was a bit strange.
Odd.
Yeah, a bit odd.
Odd, strange? No, that's nothing to do with us.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They put it there.
Yeah.
All the secret Nazi meetings in the top room.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the Cross Keys.
Oh, I can't forget that. How the hell are you?
Ah, very well, thank you. I believe they call you the 12-inch man.
Well, that's what they say, and apparently my t-shirt does as well.
That's a bit how I think I can chloroform and get out of today.
So it's great. We've got some big companies here. We've got Blue Blackpool over there selling merchandise. I just picked up Spearhead from Space. With reversible cover.
Yay!
Yes.
For the really geeky ones of you. The thing is, it doesn't really match because a Blu-ray case and a DVD case, they're different sizes anyway. I'm not going to put a Blu-ray next to a DVD. It's going to be like dun 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 bonk. Bonk being the drop in the level.
I was going to say, isn't that like a big fall? Doesn't that like bonk? All that, yeah. You know,
Manic Mona.
That's one step away from Tetris. See, I always think I'm gonna like go to Alton Towers when I hear that music.
Yeah.
Do you ride the Manic Mona? That's not wrong. No, we'll finish that sentence.
Funny enough, we were talking about doing that later.
What about your part?
Going to Alton Towers.
Oh God, thank God for that. That was
the Yorkshire blokes after you again before.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which Yorkshire rules would that be?
Not me. No, because that was.
Has it gone?
Yeah.
Are you having memory seizures?
Yeah. Never mind.
Email.
Yeah. That was it. It was the Yorkshire guy who fancied you because he saw you on the. You remember us talking about that?
No.
Was this a dream?
In your mind.
A dream. It's on. I'm sure it's on the news beyond.
The one that we only put up like yesterday, so none of us have time to listen back to.
Apart from me, because I was editing. Yes.
Yeah.
You know that one.
Yeah, that one that I've not listened to yet, that I was only in for the last half an hour.
Yeah, you know.
So yes, he's expecting me to remember a conversation I was not actually part of.
Yes.
No, you were a part of that bit.
Was I?
Yeah, you turned up, and we were saying about people like. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll leave that there.
So who else is here then? We've got Telos Publishing.
Telos Publishing. Dave Power and the Lovely Sandstone, looking very, very glam. Selling the spin-off, TV spin-off books and Sam's vampire Gene novels and zombies at Tiffany's and stuff like that.
So basically, when this goes up as an audio podcast, people will be able to go back in time to actually come to the event and handle these things.
Well, I mean, there is this thing called
the online.
Yes, there is this thing called the interweb where you can buy all of their stuff on the interweb, and I do recommend you buy directly from them as a small publisher rather than buying it from somewhere like Amazon, where yes, potentially it might be a bit cheaper, but in small publishers you should support them. Buy directly from them because they will get more money, basically.
Yeah, that's it. You always wanted to support the independents. Yeah, that's
it's like the book version of Bandcamp.
Yes, yeah, if you like. support your independent artists, because one day they could be mainstream artists, and then
they'll buy you a drink.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Dave, want a drink?
In other news, Kanye West sucks.
What?
Mainstream music goes falling under that.
Okay. This is the same Kanye West who named his son North. They open naming him Northwest. Which, if that wasn't bad enough,
I thought it was a daughter.
Whatever it was, I don't care.
Norrie for sure.
I don't care. The worst part of it is the fact that he had this child with Kim Kardashian. Do you know what? I've been throwing up all day. I feel like I want to be sick again just by saying her name. Yeah, I've got food poisoning. So, yeah. Which is why I'm sweating excessively today. As well as it being hot, I'm suffering. I am suffering terribly. I've got my greatest fan over there on the desk, where I've been doing the computer, doing the videos and what have you all day. So it's it's been keeping me warm. Keep me warm, keep me cool. Keep me warm is the wrong thing.
You have
I'm taking it back to the shop.
And on that bombshell,
then we're going to wrap things up with this Attack of the 54 Minutes live. So, if you want That's it. Yeah.
You came in late, remember?
Yeah. No, if you want to hear more from the Nerds, find us on iTunes. Just search for Attack of the 54 Nerds. Go to bcn.panelsonpages.com and you can download stuff from us there. Yeah. We're on Twitter at 54 Nerds, FIFTY, Facebook, search for us. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
individual?
Individual Twitters. I'm at Mike G. Bell.
Mine's at Voltson and mine is at Ortons.
And you can always come and speak to us in person, we'll give you the information as well. On that bombshell then, as I say, my name for the Attack of the 54 Nerds is Mike Stunt.
My name is Mad-Eye Davros.
And mine has to be 12 inches.
Until the next time, the guineas.
Shalom. Shalom, bang.
Oh, there you are. Somebody. Yes.
Oh, that was interesting.
Yes.
We've got half an hour.
Yeah, we did indeed.
Okay, so you've just listened to our very first live episode then. Wasn't that fun?
Funnily enough, I don't think I ever let any of them out of the shower fridge.
Oh well.
I've got a pile of bodies in there that'll keep Stan Lee in good health for years to come.
And he had them when he was trapped in the lift for 50 years.
Precisely.
So come on then, guys. What do you feel about the live show? Wow, that much. Awesome. Let's do another one.
Indeed.
Thing is, at this point, it's nearly 2 weeks ago that we did it.
Yeah.
Until I listened to it back, I've probably, I've pretty much.
To it back, Paul. What are you talking about?
I was thinking of getting a cat.
I've pretty much blanked the experience. That's what I tend to do with these things. I do them and forget them until I listen back to them. So
that's what Mike does with his with the normal podcast.
With life.
With life.
I just blank out until the police table.
And then when they turn up, you're like, who are you?
I'm having a memory seizure, like the Flash.
Quick, what's your name? Barry Gordon, I think. Barry Allen, whatever.
I want to go and play on the super fast swings. Professor Zoo.
Do you reckon if the Flash actually plays on the swings, it'll just spin round in circles and tie him to the top?
This whole bit's got nothing to do with the rest of what we've been talking about. Anyways.
Which is pretty much normal for us.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I thought the live show.
The live show, yes.
Live show.
Yeah.
It was shit.
Talking about the live show.
Oh no, we're not doing the Prometheus special again, are we?
No.
You're doing it for the first time. But no, I thought, well, the part I was there, it was all right. Although I did listen back to the file, and Mike, you were right. You'd only been going for 2 minutes when I turned up.
I said that.
Yeah, you said that to me.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe you were just remembering wrong. So I was curious to see the exact time of you guys starting to me turning up.
Rolling in and us going, hurrah! Andy is here.
Yeah. And it was basically you two introduced yourselves, and then I appeared.
Yes, we started trying to have a conversation, and then you showed up.
We were basically trying to fill until you turned up, maybe, is what it was.
Fair enough. You were like, Mike, you were like, well, this is me. As you can see, I died once. Yeah. This is Paul. He's got 12 inches. Hey, look, it's Andy. He's in the audience.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'll explain that for those of you who weren't at the convention and didn't see the clip. When I say I died once, that is from a short film I did. Oh God, I must have been about 21, 22. I did the short film.
We should just upload the clips to YouTube.
Yeah, but I don't own the short film, so I can't. It's not mine. I can't just put it out there. I'm in it, but that's as much as it. The only way I can use that clip is in like a show reel purpose. So I can't just put that clip up as it's done.
Well, it's a show reel of the 50-foot nerds.
I'll put all 3 clips together then.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Alright then, fair enough.
But also,
well, anyway,
let's go like
when you
intro
that,
clip
anyway.
show reel.
Yeah,
Ta-da!
okay. Yeah. Oh well, I'll sort that out then. Well, that clip anyway is from a short film I did called One Shot, where basically
He played Deadpool.
Yeah. No, I played Jack Reacher. No. Now what it is my character. It's all done in one take, and it's me. My character is supposed to be this guy who's been to Afghanistan or Iraq or something like that, and ended up killing this dude for no reason whatsoever, just from peer pressure with all those army dudes. And my character can't live with the guilt and ends up killing himself without a gun, and just puts his fingers in his mouth and all that kind of. It's a bit weird, to be honest with you. I'll be honest, but I had
basically the film version of interpretive dance.
Yeah, essentially, and you can see how slim I used to be. I actually had jawline definition when we shot that. It's crazy, but I had this big tube running up my back to just like the base of my neck, and on cue is when I like shoot myself, there's someone next to me with like this big barrel full of blood and a plunger, and they just squirt like that, so it shoots up the wall behind me.
Oh, I thought that was CG.
No, that was actually live on the day.
Practical effect.
Yeah, nice. We did maybe 4 or 5 takes, and yeah, so they had to paint the wall every time to get it clean again. And by the time what it was is I turned up in a white t-shirt for the day, and my costume was a white t-shirt in the film. So I put my t-shirt over to one side and what have you. And we did a couple of takes, and my t-shirts I've been wearing got drenched with blood. So like, okay, let's give them the other t-shirt. So come on, put another t-shirt on, and then carried on, blah 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 blah. And then it finishes, and I've got all crap in my hair and all this blood and all that nonsense. And I was like, right, okay, I'll go and have a shower and I'll get changed. And they were like, oh, there's no shower. I'm like, oh right, so I'm supposed to get this crap out of my hair. And they were like, oh, we didn't think of that. I was like, great. Alright, well I'll just put my t-shirt on and I'll have to go and get on the train with this. And it goes over and it says, where's my t-shirt gone? And he went, what t-shirt? I said, I left a white t-shirt here. And suddenly the producer's mouth just went, oh. I was like, what? And she went, we thought that was the spare t-shirt for the character.
You're wearing it?
I was like, okay. Well, I'll just have to wear the costume t-shirt then. I'll have to take that one instead. And no one could find the other white t-shirt. So I had to get on the train going home in a white t-shirt covered in blood with all blood and crap in my hair. And that was the train home from Leeds, so it's a good hour or so on the train in rush hour. So I had a seat all to myself, which was great, and no one would come and sit next to me. So that was fun. So yeah, that's where my clip's from. Paul's is obviously from when he was on the news. We've all talked about that enough times. You mentioned it in the show. And Andy's clips are from when we shot the Red Haze music video.
Yes.
Yes. Just
one of which I remember the context of.
Out of context clip.
Yeah. One of the middle one, which is have you? Are you familiar with the works of Isambard Kingdom Brunel or whatever?
We've covered that story before.
Yeah, we've covered that story before. The other two, I have no idea what they are.
I haven't got a clue either. It's just you going, welcome to the sauna of X-Top.
What, you were just looking through and found it?
Yeah, and then the other one you just go, llamas!
Does it have no context in the actual footage either?
It must do, but I can't be bothered going to look.
I'm going to have to look through just to try and figure it out.
I'll see what I can find out for you. So they're the three. Well, I'll put them up as a sort of montage and what have you for the live show. If someone had recorded it, we'd have been all right. Do you know what? I might have a sliver of footage from Andy Jolly. I did ask him to film it on my phone, but the memory ran out on my phone. So I might have like 4 seconds worth of footage, but that's about it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Because I turned up late with the new camera, and the new camera hadn't actually charged properly. I figured that there was no point in me attempting to try and record it.
I know. Well, we did actually kind of put off doing the show as long as possible, didn't we? Because we were supposed to go on like 10 minutes before you turned up.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of kept pushing it back until there was no alternative. And we just
I thought I'd missed the whole thing anyway, and you were just going to do it as like just going to redo it as an MLG live thing, because I thought you started.
You should have done that, Paul.
Because I thought you started at 2 and finished at 2:30, and I was like, oh god, I'm going to be late. And then you rang up and said, we're going on in a minute. I'm like, I thought you were on already.
Yeah, no.
And you were like, no, we're gonna go on in about 5 minutes. I'm like, well, the sat-nav says I'm going to be about 7 minutes. So.
Yeah, that was interesting. Race against the clock trying to get you there.
Yeah.
Oh well. So I mean, what
did you know
memories...
that in my car I swapped CDs, and then the entire rest of the journey I was listening to.
God. Right, so come on. What parts of the live show stand out as your favourite moments? Then Paul, we'll go to you first.
Oh,
seeing as you were there for all of it.
Probably the end, when we could, just basically say, yes, that's the end. Now we can get off stage and run away quickly.
Fair dues. You didn't like doing the live show then?
No, it was fine. It was
good. It would be better if we had an actual audience.
Well,
yes.
I'll work on that for next year.
Yeah.
Saying nothing. I haven't had any conversations about this at all. Andy, what about you? What's your lasting memory from the show?
My lasting memories are you two getting confused because I said Toby Haydock sounds like that fella from...
That man with the leather jackets.
Yeah.
What man with a leather jacket? We still haven't
like
figured this out.
Police stop or whatever. Like,
you thought he sounded like Michael Burke?
Yeah, that's what you said during the day, and I was like, it kind of sounds like that. And you were both like, no, he doesn't. I'm like, well, obviously, I'm just having a memory seizure.
I introduced you to Toby after we finished the podcast. I took you over and you shook the man's hand. You have spoken to Toby.
I know, but that was after the show. It was during the show that you did an impression of him, and I said your impression sounded like Michael Beck.
Oh, great. Thanks.
I said, is that what he sounds like?
It's actually not a bad impression of him, thank you very much.
Yeah, I know, but I said, because I'd never heard Toby at that point. I'd never heard him, and you just did the impression. I was like, is that what he sounds like? And you were like, yeah. I'm like, well, as people have already heard. But I was like, well, it's like, I thought it sounded like Michael Burke. Although I couldn't remember his name, so I was like, that dude in the leather jacket that does all the police shows. And you're like, what? I was like, he's in Police Camera Action or whatever, where he's just strolling up to the cars. That, and I remember making a joke about Paul being chatted up by a Yorkshireman, which was a reference to the Beyond that we'd recorded not the other day. Neither of you remembered that conversation. I was like, oh.
And what's the one thing I said before we started going? I said, don't make any in-jokes, because people won't get them. Granted, no one was listening anyway, but
that was why I didn't. I felt I could make the in-joke, because I was like, no one's listening, so they're not going to care.
Fair enough.
Because it was near the end of the show, and I was like, I can make that call now.
I have a few bad memories. One is the first one, as I called you, I said you looked like a sex offender.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I have to listen back again. I said you look like a sex offender. Second one is, I remember John Cooper doing a little happy dance, because we mentioned him. Doing a little jig. And then the third one is, I remember grabbing Chester John onto the microphone and saying, who are you dressed as? And he went, I am Peter Davidson.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm wearing Peter Davidson, he said. I'm wearing his skin.
Yes, he's took the Mark Gatiss sketch one step too far.
Indeed. No, man. I mean, I enjoyed the show. I certainly enjoyed it, and I'd do it again, for sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And if any conventions out there are listening and want to hire us, you fucking
give us a
insane.
soundboard.
But yes, please. Yes, please.
Give us a soundboard to record from.
Yes, give us technology.
Yes, technology.
And give us a fucking audience.
Yes. No,
well, to be fair, we would have had a bigger audience on there if we weren't a last-minute edition that wasn't actually on the on the advertised attractions.
No, we would have been on if the friggin' I'd been given the correct video, but whatever. Anyway, so no, that was all good. No, I say I enjoyed it. I'm certainly looking forward to doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did I say looking forward to doing it again? I mean, possibly looking forward to maybe doing it again.
Well, we're going to do live shows at some point, so we are going to do it again.
Shut up. No, it was good fun. And I'd say the rest of the day, it was actually the only half an hour of the day where I didn't feel really ill, and that's because I was enjoying myself. I was just being weird with you guys. So thank you for making a sick man not so sick.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, have we got anything else to add to that then?
I think the work pretty much speaks for itself.
Okay then. Well, I think we'll leave that there then for this episode, this special episode of 50 Foot Nerds Live. All that remains to say then is if you want to get in touch with us on the Twitter, it's at 50 Foot Nerds. Get in touch with us, book us for a live show, because you've seen just what we can do when no one's listening to us. Imagine what we can do when people are.
Mike, haven't we done this already? Haven't we done this already on the live show?
We come in peace.
I know. Well, that was the live show. This is the actual show. You know.
Right. So we're basically doing the wrap up twice in the same recording.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Just
we're doing it to the people in the room then. So yeah. Anyway, 50 Foot Nerds.
All of you people that are listening now, ignore that.
Shut up,
the live one.
Close your ears off. So 50 Foot Nerds. We're on Facebook, Attacking the 50 Foot Nerds. Go to palsonpages.com forums on the population and find us there. Be someone else other than Shiny posting in there for a change.
I'm sure I made a Shiny joke live as well.
You might have done. We've got individual Twitters. Mine is at Mike G. Bell.
Mine is at Vaults of Extoth.
And mine is at Auton Scouser.
Okay, if you want to get in touch with the Who At Hoylake convention, then go.
What about
yeah, him too.
Yeah, go to at Who At Hoylake, and tell them that you want us back next year.
Yes.
And if you have any requests for any guests you'd like to see at the convention next year, then by all means do that as well. I may or may not know already some guests who have been booked in advance. So there's that. Of course, next year it will be Who At Hoylake, obviously. So and put it in your diaries. 28th of June 2014. That's when Who At Hillbree, as it will be known, is going to be.
Oh, exclusive.
Yes, that's an exclusive for our podcast. So put that in your diary devices. Yeah. Well, don't smoke it, because then they'll have smoked it away and you won't know. Program it into your iPad. Or if you're Andy, write it on a wall.
Yeah, because my iPod has stopped working and my tablet is broken.
And my leg is snapped in two. And I killed the hamster. And there's a man outside with the big stick.
Yeah. Oh no, that reminds me of a joke I almost made at work and decided it was too...
I'm trying to do the wrap-up, for God's sake. Go on, what did he do?
No, I was walking past Joanne and she was pretending to be one of the residents and she was going, Andy! No, she just kept saying, Andy! And I was like, I almost said, what I actually said was, there's only one place I can cope with people saying my name. I almost said there's only one place where I want to hear a woman screaming my name, and then when she goes with the sexual innuendo, I was going to complete it by saying wrapped in plastic.
On that bombshell, then, for the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast, my name is Mike. You've just already heard on a live thing.
Llamas.
Did that one already?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. In that case, have you heard of the works of Isambard Kingdom Brunel?
And I'm Sophie Aldred's boy toy.
Until the next live show in Naginis, listen to us and geek out.
I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. I'm the pride of the Highlands, that's true. I do all the traveling in a telephone booth, but I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. I've been to Atlantis way under the sea. A king-size man can picture fight with me, but I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. Figure like Venus and the charm of a turtle dove. You got a figure like Venus and the charm of a turtle dove. I fought in the Redwoods in the Scottish glen, nearly being killed by the starving men, but I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. Well, I've been everywhere on the earth and the heavens above. Yeah, I've been everywhere on the earth and the heavens above. Seen every monster from A to Z, and every single one took a lump out of me, but I'm a time traveler, honey, and I can't get away from your love. Okay then, boys, let's get the guitar to smoothing. You'll dematerialize now. Easy does it. That's fine.
If you've enjoyed the nerddom in your ears, then please follow us on Twitter at 50footnerds, or email us anything except spam at 50footnerds@gmail.com.
Boom.
Boom.
Sexy.
Sexy hands.
Everyone loves a bit of boom boom sexiness.
Boom boom shake shake the room.
I'm Sean Connery and like the Backstreet Boys, or Five, or whatever it was.
The Venga bus is coming.
To
and
town.
Everyone is jumping. New York to San Francisco. An intercity disco. The wheels of steel are turning and traffic lights are burning, so if you like to party, do it. Or I'll shoot you.
Oh, for some reason
I can't believe you can quote that.
Everybody get on down. Connery is back in town.
I was getting that Venga Boys song confused with Santa Claus is coming to town. I was like, Venga Boys are coming to town.
Connery is coming to town. Connery is coming to town to slap you with an open palm fist.
An open palm fist? What does that even mean?
It's a slap.
It's basically a slap, but at the very last minute I turn it into a punch.
You know, for shits and giggles. Women, they deserve to be punched.
Credits.
Damn it, Connery, don't put words in my mouth. Oh, God. Fantastic.
No, Connery, don't put that in my mouth either.
Shock my Venga boy. The Vengaverse is coming.
Goosh!
God.
Now I need to lie down.
Don't we all?